how to grow your business profitably and re-energize yourself at the same time. Greg Ranger here, and today I'm going to walk you through a strategic exercise that will help you increase your profits, but more importantly, do so in a way that gives you energy. I call this exercise the prosperity finder, and as entrepreneurs, we get bombarded on a daily, weekly basis with new ideas, new opportunities, new projects, right? So it can actually be overwhelming and tough to kind of figure out what's the one thing you can do to really drive up the profits and the increase in revenue that you're looking for. So every business has deliverables that make it money. So for example, if you are a mechanics shop, you can do oil changes, you can do bodywork repair, you can fix the transmissions. These are all deliverables that make it money. For my business, the deliverables are one-on-one consulting. I also do online courses, and done for you marketing services is another deliverable, right? Now, here's the secret. You want to line up your deliverables against a very specific set of criteria so you can figure out the number one thing you can do that increases your profits but also gives you energy at the same time and is not draining. So let's head over to my computer and I'll show you those 6 criteria. So criteria 1 is your net profit. This is how much money you will make after you deliver that service. Pretty straightforward. The number 2 criteria is energizing, right? So how much joy and happiness do you get out of doing that deliverable, right? So you might be doing something that makes you a lot of money in your business, but you dread doing it. So something that gives you energy is also very important. What about the ease of delivery, right? Is it easy to do? Is it easy to deliver? Or it's very complex, very hard, right? And we'll walk you through some examples. What about the ease of sale, right? Is it a service that people really love and easily say yes to? Or is it something that's very, very hard to sell, right? And then sustainability. Can you do this week after week, month after month? So for example, let's say you were doing a live event in person, a 3-day live event, right? It's not as sustainable as it could be because it's very draining. It takes up a lot of management and it's very complex to set up. So doing a 3-day live event every, 3 days, back to back to back, that's not sustainable, right? So, and then criteria number 6 is, can you delegate, automate, systematize this deliverable? So let's walk through some examples here. One-on-one consultation. Let's actually give a scale here. So you want to grade each deliverable on a 1 to 5 scale, 5 being the best, right? Giving you the most net profit, the most energy, the easiest to deliver, the easiest to sell, very sustainable and easy to delegate. So for example, one-on-one consultation, very high net profit. It's just me. I love doing it too. So it gives me a lot of energy. I love solving business problems. And then ease of delivery. It's easy to do one-on-one. You can do it via Zoom after for the follow-ups, or you can do it in a group setting. Ease of sale. Usually it's easy to sell. They have a problem, a marketing problem or marketing challenges, business challenges. It's easy to make the sale. And it is sustainable, right? I can do this all day, every day. I love doing it. I gain energy from it. It's not as easy to delegate, however, because I need to be present. I need to be the one solving the issues and applying my strategy. So it can be done, but it's not as easy as it could be, right? So when you tally all that up, you get a score of 27. And then you want to go and do this for all your deliverables. So let's just do one more live in-person seminar, right? So it might also have some great net profit. Because there's a lot of organization and setup and complexity, you got to rent the venue, sound system, all that stuff. The net profit is not as high as it could be. I love it, so doing that is great. Gives me energy. Same kind of ease of delivery. I enjoy doing it. I enjoy fulfilling on that. Same thing with the sale, easy to do. Sustainable, no, simply because it takes a lot more preparation, a lot more energy to do. so it's not as sustainable as a one-on-one consultation. And delegate and automate, not really, right? People are paying to see you, to see what you have to say, so you kind of have to be there, so you can't really delegate. Gives a score of 22 when you tally everything up. So just a few more here. We could have online courses. Again, the net profit, because you do have to advertise heavily, is not as high, but it is energizing, easy to deliver, ease of sale. The big one here is that it's very easy to delegate and automate, right? And it is sustainable. So once you have something going, you just need to tweak the ads and it keeps going, right? So when you tally all that up, it gives us a score of 27. And then I just added a new one. I could create a new book. And then the net profit on the books themselves are not that high, so it's at the 1. And then you have energy, sales, and so forth. But when you add everything up, it adds up to 25, right? So the goal here is I want you to do this for your business. List all the things you do in your business that make you money, and then grade each one of them on that scale, which is net profit, energizing, ease of delivery, ease of sales, sustainability, delegate, automate, right? You'll find that one of these items or two really stand out. And once you do, what I want you to do is focus all your energies on that one deliverable, right? Stop doing the other stuff, cut it out, or slowly transition out of it, and really focus on the things that give you, that have the highest total score. But the two criteria that I think are really important is, energy wise, net profit, obviously, because if you're not making money, it doesn't really matter. But net profit and energy is really, really important, right? So in that case, I have two 27s. They both give me the same number of energy, right? They're both very sustainable, but one is easier to do than the other, right? So I might start, doing more online courses just because it's easier to delegate and automate, right? Even though the net profit is not as high as one-on-one consultation. So you have to make a judgment call for your business. And that's the goal of this exercise is you want to lay out everything you're doing so you can clearly say, okay, you know what, from now on, I'm only going to do this one deliverable, this one thing, and I'm kind of going to kill the rest that's not generating enough net profit or that's not energizing enough that you dread doing, right? So hopefully this was an insightful exercise for you and your business. Let me know if you have any questions. I want to thank you for watching. If you like this type of content, be sure to like this video, share it with your friends and colleagues, and be sure to drop a comment below. Thank you for watching.